Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you how I make this wardrobe. In the video now, you can see all the pieces come with this kit. You will need PVA, wood glue for all the wood pieces, super glue for the wire for the handles, a cutter for the wire. Also, you will need sandpaper, a file, and some masking tape. The pieces in the circle now is the piece I'm going to use in the video right now. Not sure what happened, the video clip gone missing, so I have to use a screenshot for that. So you take that two pieces from the door and then you find the correct size for the piece, because they are slightly different lengths, so one is longer than the other. So before you stick it on, just put it against the piece and see which one suits better. It shouldn't cover the engrave in the middle. And you see the notch on both sides. This long piece, make sure it stick onto the notches. Same again, this one will stick onto the edge, which is sticking out, which is pointing in the video now. This is more like a freehand approach. As long as they have gaps in between each other, then it's fine, and make sure both sides kind of like symmetrical, and that is fine. I mean, both sides the pattern is slightly different anyway, so it doesn't have to be exactly the same. The doors are pre-wired. For the door handle, make sure your cutter is quite sharp, because when you cut the wire, you might blunt the end of the wire, and then it will have difficulty to put into the hole for the door. So try to see if the wire go through the hole first before you put super glue on. You will only need one little piece of that rectangle piece of wood on my hand now, and that is to stop the door going into the cupboard. And you will find the piece which have one single line in the middle, and that is to show where the middle of the door are. In my shop, there is an option that you can purchase extra shelves. So if you have more than one shelves, then this is the option. You don't need to stick the ring on for the rail. To make the base, make sure all the pieces are level with each other, like square. The edges is not wonky because that's very important for your wardrobe to sit on. So ideally, once they all stick together, all the top edges need to be level, and then put it upside down and leave it to dry. For the shelves, there will be one line of marking for one shelf, because that is the first option you can purchase for one shelf and one rail. And if you purchase more shelving, then you will need to measure your the shelving distance. So with this one shelf option, you follow the line. You can stick the shelf above or under the line, and all the shelves will have tiny little squares engraved onto the wood, so that you won't mix up with other panels. I have put some masking tape onto the corners so that it can set nice and tight. Put the wardrobe down onto the table, and then put the top piece on, because the top piece, the back of it is actually flush. So it's the best way to put the top piece on, like in the video now. And then the door have wire at the bottom, so slot the wire into the little holes on the bottom of the wardrobe. There are two little holes on the piece I'm holding now, where I'm pointing. Put some glue onto the top piece, and then you just slot the wire into the little holes. Once the door is in its position, just lift it up and then make sure the door is above the doorstop, and then stick it down and let it dry, otherwise it will keep on moving around before you put your next piece on. Let it settle for at least 3-4 minutes if you're using wood glue. And now I'm putting the side pieces on, and this piece should be flush with the outer panel, and it should have a kind of a tiny little gap in between the door and the wood piece. Then on top of that, there is another thinner piece just to give it a little bit more detail, which I am sticking on now. And this will be the final piece for the top of the wardrobe, and this will be flush to the front piece, and it have a tiny little steps on 3 corners. Put on the base, centralize it, and then it should have evenly gaps all the way around, and the wardrobe is done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel to see more videos and updates. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!